The Linxura Smart Home Controller has got to be the dumbest smart home product ever. It's the first product in a very long time that I feel is total garbage. Everything about it is wrong. Terrible design, ridiculous price, little or no actual useful capability. Stick around and see why I believe this product is destined to flop. Now, I know the smart home industry is sometimes accused of being in a rut. Lacking true innovation, manufacturers are locked into a death spiral of introducing the same products over and over again. I mean, do we really need the 50th new cheap smart plug that does the same thing as the 49 that came before? How many generic nondescript video doorbells do we need? Seen one motion sensor? Seen them all. So yeah, I'm willing to give startups a little leeway, encouraging those that are hatching a new idea, creating an interesting twist on an existing product, or pioneering a new type of product or product category. But once in a while, there comes along a product that truly needs to be taken behind the woodshed and put out of its misery. The Linxura Smart Controller is that.
Smart home devices are supposed to make your life easier, but each one can have a different app or hub. With so many connections, life can become a little complicated. Linxura is a single device that easily controls everything in your smart home.
Introduced at CEDIA Expo 2023 in Denver, Colorado, the Linxura product does have a reasonable goal: provide a physical, tactile control for intuitive, easy operation of common smart home products. The Linxura Smart Controller will sell for $99.99 when it ships in Q4 2023, if it stays on schedule. Plus, you'll have to spend an additional $14.99 for a wall mount. Luckily, right now they are giving away that little plastic bracket for free with pre-orders. Well, what is it? The product is a disc that fits in the palm of your hand. In the center is a small e-paper display that changes based on the current function in use. The top and bottom covers are hollow plastic rings. Think of a donut that enclose the display. The Smart Controller has a built-in rechargeable battery that under normal use should last a few months. The device uses Bluetooth for initial setup and then Wi-Fi for ongoing operation. The tiny e-paper display shows 4 smart home products, configurable, with tiny icons and text arranged top, bottom, left, and right, similar to the layout of a compass. The top ring has 4 buttons around the edges. They are located on the top, bottom, left, and right of the outer ring. In this physical layout, each of the 4 buttons is next to the device icon shown on the screen to identify what each button will do. The software, more about this soon, can sense single press, double press, and long press of any of the 4 buttons. The top cover also rotates, and the direction of rotation, clockwise or counterclockwise, can be detected. The simplest case, controlling a smart bulb, Linxura gives you physical controls. Single press turns on the light, double press turns off the light, and long press plus rotation of the cover either dims or brightens the light. Unfortunately, as currently previewed, it fails miserably. The Linxura product has a cheap, plasticky look. The e-paper screen is tiny, and the same monochromatic, black and white, no shades of gray, cheap screen used on some Amazon Kindle book readers and the programmable price tags used in some big box department store shelves. The display is hard to read. The icons and text are very small. The product is designed for indoor use as it does not have any water resistance or waterproof ratings. However, the promotional video shows it being used while in a hot tub. Obviously, the PR people didn't get the memo. In the promo video, you can clearly see the unprotected, exposed USB charging port. I would have expected at least a cheap rubber flap or plastic cover to keep the connector free from dust and moisture or water spray. But again, no claim of water protection is made. The press release and promotional materials say Linxura communicates directly with devices and can also work through Amazon Alexa and IFTTT. With the Matter Smart Home Connectivity Standard, Apple HomeKit, Google Home, and other platforms to be supported in upcoming firmware updates. This is misleading at best or a complete fabrication at worst. The product currently has only 4 integrations listed on their website: Amazon Alexa, Sonos, Lifix smart bulbs, and Philips Hue. All integrations are cloud-based, requiring an internet connection and cloud logins to be enabled. Surprisingly, there is no support for Google Home or Samsung SmartThings, both table stakes for just about every smart home product today from every manufacturer. In some places, they also mention IFTTT, but I could find no installation or configuration details for this. Further disappointing, there is no direct integration with any other smart home products. In my experience, first-generation smart home products that do not have general integration with all the widely used smart home platforms, such as Apple, Google, and SmartThings, have been rushed to market before they are ready. There is no guarantee the product will be updated or enhanced in a rapid time frame with more capability. It looks like, at least for the initial launch, they are leaning heavily on the popularity of Amazon Alexa and the ability to support additional smart devices indirectly through Amazon's own integration and multi-device scenes. Support for Apple HomeKit and Matter is complete vaporware. As existing manufacturers know, receiving Apple HomeKit certification is a time-consuming, expensive, and difficult technical accomplishment. The smart home industry has a graveyard of both large, well-known, and small startups that have promised Apple HomeKit and never delivered. The lack of even Google Home support gives me little to no confidence this company can deliver firmware updates of this sophistication or complexity in a timely manner. Overwhelmed with smart home options? I offer private, one-on-one consulting sessions to help you design your own smart home. We'll work together to find the best products and systems for you, and I'll answer all your questions. Use the link on the screen and make your smart home a reality. The big buzzword in smart home for the past few years has been local operation. Consumers are fed up with the complexity of devices that require constant internet cloud connections and multiple apps and logins to operate. When the internet is down, your smart home is down or severely reduced in capability. One of the biggest selling points of the new Matter standard that is rolling out is that it is based entirely on local, non-cloud design for faster operation, better user privacy, and less complexity. The Linxura Smart Controller is a major step backward. It requires an internet connection for setup and ongoing operation. The marketing hype emphasizes that this product doesn't need or use a hub and doesn't require any electrical installation, being fully battery operated. But they don't explain that just about everything it does requires multiple layers of their device communicating to their proprietary Linxura cloud servers, and then additional cloud-to-cloud links to Amazon cloud servers or other companies' cloud servers such as Sonos and Philips Hue to control anything. The only thing that seems capable, barely, of operating directly over Wi-Fi are Sonos speakers, after the obligatory initial cloud login and setup, but more about that later. Sonos music integration is minimal. Linxura allows users to specify a single sound box, that's their words, and you can start it, stop it, or change volume. That's it. Every other Sonos controller I have used has at least additional basic controls for next track and play favorites. Candidly, without a full graphical screen, traverse playlists, or search for music, I found most physical controls for Sonos from any company to be of very limited use. A modest convenience, but certainly not the primary reason to choose a physical control device like this. Now, the strongest argument for a product like this is that it is purpose-built to do only a few things, but do them faster, better, smoother than using a general-purpose interface. Compared to voice control, I certainly agree. Yelling into the air, figuring out the right way to pose a request, waiting for it to be processed in the cloud, and then hoping it actually works can be frustrating. So yeah, regardless of whether it's Siri, Amazon Alexa, Google Home, or another voice system, they're often not ideal. Smart universal remotes can do a good job of handling the multiple steps needed to turn on a home theater or TV setup.
When it's time for the feature presentation, Linxura gets everything ready for movie night. Popcorn not included.
The Linxura home theater tagline of "You bring the popcorn, we'll do everything else" is tragically flawed, as no AV receivers, amplifiers, streaming media devices, motorized screens, or televisions are listed as having any integration with Linxura. Are you enjoying this video? YouTubers ask you to click the like button to beat the algorithm. But the best reason to click is to reward yourself. By clicking on like for this video, you tell YouTube what content to show you. So help me help you and click that like button now. There already are a reasonable number of existing physical controls for smart home devices that are much more affordable in the $20 to $50 range. This may be more subjective, but the basic operation of a device with Linxura requires a single press for on and then a double press for off. A lot of people have difficulty with double press sequences. It is not intuitive and obvious, and most non-technical people associate double press and other obscure button sequences as hopelessly too technical. The rotating dial for dimming or use as a volume control doesn't work by itself. First, you have to long press a device button and then, within 2 seconds, start rotating the dial. If you think double press is complicated, teaching grandma how to long press is even more challenging. Sure, nerds and geeks can quickly adjust to this, but this is overly complicated and confusing for someone who simply picks up the device and has never used it before. Think dog sitter, babysitter, guests, visitors, etc. As the saying goes, you had one job to do right. For what it does and how it does it, the cost is crazy. The demonstration screens and promotional video show Linxura being used in multiple rooms of a home. This requires purchasing multiple units, and they show a home having 5 or more units. That adds up for about $115 each, including the wall mount clip. To properly control your smart home means spending more than $500 for a typical installation. Wait, you say. As a wireless, battery-operated palm-sized device, why do you need more than one? Just take it with you to each room. Aha, there's another flaw. If you have to remember to take it from room to room, that means you inevitably will be leaving it behind, not remembering where you left it, and maybe losing it. So why bother? At least the app does have a beeping function to help locate it. Since every room has a different set of devices you probably want to control, the Linxura can only show 4 devices at a time. You'll be doing a lot of button pushing and dial twisting to even get to the right set of devices for the room you have entered if you take one unit from room to room. Now I realize that detecting room presence and automatically adjusting a menu or device to show only the devices in that room, so-called context-aware room detection, is a difficult technical challenge, and we're only now seeing the beginning of products that are able to tackle this problem. But buying a $115 device for each room in your home is a non-starter. Gee, what is a palm-sized, intelligent device that can control everything in your smart home, go from room to room with you, and has a gorgeous bright screen with lots of room for icons, text, and information that you already own? Yeah, your smartphone. Call me stupid, but why not simply use your existing smartphone as a handheld smart home controller? In almost every way, it is far superior and you already own it, so it's free. Unlike Linxura, most modern smartphones can be easily seen in the dark and are waterproof. Of course, you can also use your Apple Watch to control your home if you have one. That's nice too. It's on your wrist, so you don't have to worry about leaving it in another room, and it's quick and easy to use. Looking for an easy way to control your Sonos music system? Sonos voice control is totally free and works great. Watch this video next and see how easy it is.